God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. Thank you so much for joining me on this fine day. I hope that you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for taking a little bit of your time out of that weekend to join me yesterday. And today, we're going to talk about something that I missed from yesterday's story. I think it developed late in the day yesterday, possibly even early this morning. But it's going to be interesting. We're going to start with this from Fox News. Elon Musk rants against media on Twitter, proposes website to rate journalists. This happened 5 days ago, and I haven't talked about it up till this point. And I think that this is a convenient time to bring it up, even though I did miss it those days ago. Now, in full disclosure, Elon Musk has been getting some bad press coverage. Mostly to do with the accident that a Tesla self-driving car was involved in Utah, where a woman may have broken her ankle. She didn't die. She definitely didn't die because she was available to make a comment to the police afterwards. But let me just show you some of the things that Musk was tweeting. The holier-than-thou hypocrisy of big media companies who lay claim to the truth but publish only enough to sugarcoat the lie is why the public no longer respects them. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, you're not the only one that recognized that. Elon Musk continued tweeting, saying, "The problem is juros are under constant pressure to get max clicks and earn advertising dollars or get fired. Tricky situation as Tesla doesn't advertise, but fossil fuel companies and gas and diesel car companies are among the world's biggest advertisers." This seems to me to be in direct relation to the Tesla self-driving car situation, but it's not where the story stops. Musk would continue to tweet, "Going to create a site where the public can rate the core truth of any article and track the credibility score over time of each journalist, editor, and publication, thinking of calling it Pravda. Even if some of the public doesn't care about the credibility score, the journalists, editors, and publications will. It is how they define themselves." Now, one thing that Musk did get wrong here, the media does not give a rat's rear end what you and I think about them and their credibility. They do not care. Their credibility is in the tanks. Their ratings are awful. Media companies are losing it over how they're supposed to compete with the alternative media. And they continue to run the same drivel. They continue to tell the same stories and publish things the same way that they've been doing it for the past 50 some odd years. They don't care what the public thinks about them. But that's still not the end of the story. This is the tweet that Musk put out in relation to the car crash. And here is one of the first reactions to Musk's tweets from Andrew J. Hawkins. Not sure who this guy is, but he says, "Musk continues his slow transformation into a media-baiting Trump figure, screaming irrationally about fake news. Hope it works out for you, dude." Musk responded by saying, "Thought you'd say that. Anyone who criticizes the media shrieks, you're just like Trump. Why do you think he got elected in the first place? Because no one believes you anymore. You lost your credibility a long time ago." Now, when I pointed out to you earlier that Musk is sounding familiar, the media all race to point out that Elon Musk is sounding like Trump. Elon Musk is turning into a Trumpian figure, crowing about how the media is a bad guy, the media is fake news, and all this, that, and the other. Now, let's see, does this continue? J. Emery Parker, blaming the messenger is the hot new thing everyone's doing. Musk responds, "Oh, hey, another sanctimonious media person who thinks he's above criticism. Try being truthful and the public will believe you again." Now, what J. Emery Parker gets wrong is that the media is not just the messenger in many of the cases these days. In fact, what I missed from the immigration discussion yesterday, as in regards to Ivanka Trump's photo tweet, the media is not just the messenger; they are the writer of the message in cases like this. We're going to get into part of the discussion about why. But shooting the messenger is an old meme. Let's put it that way. It is a saying the saying goes, don't shoot the messenger, because the messenger is not responsible for what is making you angry. If you're so angry over a message that you will shoot the messenger, it's not the messenger that you have a problem with, is what the meaning of don't shoot the messenger is all about. So when you get angry about the media's response through Mr. J. Emery Parker is don't shoot the messenger, because you're not angry at the messenger is not what's making you angry. It's the content of the message. Now that would be true. That would be true if people trusted the messenger. It's true that you shouldn't shoot the messenger if you trust the messenger. But these days, people don't trust the messenger. That's what Musk is pointing out, that people don't trust the messenger. The messenger, in this case, is not bringing a truthful message that's making the people angry. The messenger is spreading a lie that is making the people angry. The people are not angry at the lie, they're angry at the liar. When you get angry about a lie, you're not angry at the lie, you're angry at the liar. So, you know, there's a new saying for you from Talk Radio Protege. Don't shoot the messenger unless he's lying to you. That all being said, this is from Patriot Post. Fake news blaming Trump for Obama's policy. And even the Patriot Post gets it a little bit wrong. I was listening to the Ben Shapiro show just a little while earlier, and I learned a couple of new things about this story that I even didn't know as I was preparing to tell you about this news. So, this is the image that was being spread around by the mainstream media and the left on Twitter. This, the caption, I'm not sure who it's from, Patriot Post doesn't capture that for me, but the caption is it safe to compare Trump to Hitler now? Because it's beginning to look a lot like Hitler. And he links to azcentral.com/picture gallery. And as you can see, that tweet is from May 27th, 2018. Now, if you go to Twitter and look for it, I guarantee you won't be able to find this tweet, because everybody's been deleting it for one reason and one reason only. If you go to Arizona Central and follow the link that tweet linked to, you will see, unfortunately not see, apparently, that this story was posted in 2014. It was updated in December 9th of 2016. Now, let's scroll down and let's see if we can find the update. Maybe there is an update, or a place where they tell you what the update was, because that would be nice. That would be nice to know. All right, here we go. Originally published 3:05 p.m. Central Daylight Time, June 18th, 2014. This is a 4-year-old photo that's being shared as if this is Trump's brainchild, as if this image is Trump's policy. Now, one thing that was being tweeted is that these kids are sleeping on concrete floors in cages. And if you look and see here, you'll see that this quote-unquote cage doesn't end at the feet of whatever these kids are sleeping on. You look in the image on the right, you see that they're not sleeping on the concrete floor, they're sleeping on mattresses. And these quote-unquote cages are big enough to hold many, many children. You look down here, you see some of these kids are being assisted in finding objects. Picture on the left, center picture, some of these kids are being assisted in making phone calls. You'll see there's places for them to sit, maybe at tables and eat. If you go and look at the gallery, you'll see that there is medical offices set up. These children are being taken care of. The first line of the story is, they're fed and clothed, kept clean and cool, far better off than if they were walking through the desert in June temperatures. These photos are a testament to how well these kids are being treated in comparison to wandering around in the desert in South Texas, northern Mexico, in the heat of the summer. And yet the media is saying, look at what Trump is doing to children. Dear mainstream media, this is why people hate you. This is why people don't trust you. Because you are not the messenger when you tweet a photo as old as 2014 and say, look at what Trump is doing to children. You are not the messenger in this case. You are crafting the message. You are a liar. You are lying to people about what Trump is doing. Not only that, but you're getting the policy wrong. And the Patriot Post gets it a little bit right, but not totally right. So I want to share with you what is the truth, all of the background behind this law, about this policy, rather. The law comes from the Clinton presidency. It was the exact name, I don't recall. I don't have it in front of me. I didn't get to read the name of the law. I just heard Ben Shapiro read it off. But it was something to do with settlements, like the Settlements Act of 1992 or whatever, 1998. It was in the Clinton presidency. And the Settlements Act said that if undocumented children came across the unaccompanied children illegally crossed the border from Mexico into the United States, that they had to be released into the custody of United States citizens within 20 days. It didn't apply to undocumented children, so it didn't apply to accompanied children. It did apply to unaccompanied children. So accompanied children were detained with their families for an indefinite amount of time under that law. Barack Obama takes office in 2009 and starts releasing children and stops detaining parents. He starts letting parents roam free and is not detaining their children along with them. In 2016, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, a left-leaning court, ruled that the settlement law passed in the Clinton administration did apply to accompanied children. Accompanied children now, along with unaccompanied children, must be released within 20 days of their being detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So if immigration arrests a family, now it's a family that they're arresting, because it's parents and accompanied children, arrests a family, they must now, by law, by the ruling of the court, release the children within 20 days. They must, by law, separate the families if they're going to release the children. If you want to detain the parents, you must release the children in 20 days. So the children are not, so these are the grounds on which children are being separated from their families. Obama wasn't, quote, separating families because he was just releasing the parents. I suppose you would say he would detain the parents and the children for 20 days and then release them all so that the families didn't have to be broken up. But the Trump administration is enforcing the borders, and they're enforcing the law as it is written by Congress and interpreted by the courts so far. He's detaining the families and then after 20 days releasing the children and continuing to detain the law-breaking parents. And this is the twisted situation in which the left determines that it is Trump who is at fault for breaking up these families. And it's why they get to say that Ivanka, while Trump is breaking up families, is tweeting photos of her cuddling with her child. You know, that is the situation that we find ourselves in. That is the lie that the left has crafted and is sharing, and it's the reason why people hate the left. And now I would like to write an open letter to the media. Dear mainstream media, you are not simply the messenger in this case. I appreciate that you would like to be seen as the messenger. It would mean that you are above reproach. It would mean that you are not responsible for the message that you carry. But, in fact, sometimes you make yourselves the message writer as well as the messenger. This is why people don't trust you, especially when you kick so hardly against the pricks that is accountability. It is why people want to hold you accountable. When you make yourselves the message writer by crafting the message and then becoming the messenger and sending it out, you do this and then cry that you do not want to be held accountable. And that is why people do not trust you. People inherently do not trust people that do not want to be held accountable. And you are doing this to yourselves. I tell you this not because I dislike the media. I do not trust you because you don't want to be held accountable. But it's not that I don't like you. I want you to be the best media that you can possibly be, because I want the American people to know the truth. I want you to tell the truth to the American people so that they can be the most informed public on the face of the earth. I tell you this so that you can be a better media, because I want you to be a better media. Just like I wanted President Obama to stop chasing policies that were bad for this country, because I wanted him to be the best president for this country that he could be. Just like I don't want President Trump to commit unforced errors so that he can be the best president this country needs, so that he can be the best president that he can be. In the same way that I want our presidents to be great presidents for this country, I want the media to be a great media for this country. But that means that you're going to have to start telling the truth. That if you want to be seen as the messenger, you're going to have to stop crafting the message and start simply carrying it. If you find a picture like this that makes you angry, do a little bit of research. Find out where this picture comes from and tell the American people where this picture comes from and why it is that this picture is reality. Tell the American people the truth, and we will trust you that you are telling the truth. Tell the American people the truth, and we will believe you again. Tell the American people the truth, and you will be influential again. As of yet, you are only influential in so much as you are able to scare people into believing that you have successfully whipped up a mob of your frenzied acolytes and followers to attack them. That is all the influence that you have. You do not have real substantial influence such that you are able to affect the minds of people that do not regularly listen into your programs. That's all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss a single video. Make sure that you're checking back every weekday for a new report, because you never know what shenanigans are going on with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Come back next time. Until then, good night and God bless.